Welcome on back, dreamers and new folk. This is a special edition of Rapid Run's The Dream Race Recap. The Dream Races are intended to showcase individuals' talents ranging from our musical opening act to racing, speedrunning, and even challenge runs of the respective games on display. The first and main event of Mad Rush March's Dream Races was the Mega Man 4 Buster Only race, featuring GuyNextDoor717 versus Iraqvet0304. Commentary for this run was done by FlibbityFlam and myself. Let's see how it turned out. Really are. Whole game Buster only besides the parts that they have to use non-Buster, which I think is the very final boss fight area.
Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of balloon usage, a little bit of rush usage, just because we have to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We cannot fire when we're on the rush jet to kill enemies.
Oh, that's right. Okay, and so while on the rush, they're not allowed to fire either.
Right.
So even though they're using rush, which isn't Buster only, but they're not now allowed to use their Buster during those segments, which is very advantageous to use your Buster because you have usually the different heights of enemies coming on in. So it's going to be interesting.
All right. 3, 2, 1, reset. Let's go. Let's get it. Now wait for the title screen this time.
I like that too. I'm super ready.
I'm looking. I think they're almost there. But there we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, folks, here we are. They are starting out with Pharaoh Man, which is different than what they would start out if they were doing any percent. So this is going to be interesting. Normally they freeze the time here with Brightman's ability. They're not able to do that here. So you notice they're not just sliding everywhere the entire time. They're having to fight enemies. These little scorpion punks. FlibbityFlam's favorite, actually.
No.
All right, so it looks like they don't get beat there. Or the B, excuse me. Which makes sense, because you're probably not going to be using your balloons. Ha, just kidding. See, I gotta adjust to the commentator for this type of run.
You just jump and shoot, man.
Yeah,
just
right?
Jumping and shooting. That's all you do.
All right,
This is it. This is the run.
They're making this look easier than it is on these slides and slide cancels, because that's instant death if you touch those spikes. Those bats, they're going to do a little bit of damage to you, but they're not the worst. Now, could they knock you off of those platforms into the spikes and you could perish? Yeah. The different colors of what? You might have slightly different color representations of what's being shown on the screen. That just has to do with color palette, whatever the display mode is. Or maybe someone's capturing emulator versus...
versus a console or something like that. Yeah, which I think is the case.
Yeah, but right now, these two are off by like a second. Not even.
Not even a second.
Like, not even. Like, I can't even do the math. It's that fast.
It's so fast. Not these boss kills, though.
Yeah, these are going to be much
Buster
longer.
Only.
Much longer. So, Pharaoh Man's not that bad of a one to fight. That's why, no big deal going against Pharaoh Man as your first boss. But you're going to know some of these other ones are terrible. Brightman will be just like you expect because they start with Brightman in the any percent route.
I think the top route also takes Pharaoh Man first, too, to get balloons for Brightman.
Yeah.
So Pharaoh's not so bad.
That makes sense. All right, so we're going to Dustman next.
Dustman's going to suck.
Dustman, to me, is just going to be you're going to be patient with the boss fight, I'm going to have to assume. But until then, a lot of this is going to come down to the fact that, like, again, they're not going to be able to freeze time on some of these sections where it was advantageous for delagging it.
Well, yeah, there's that, and then no rings for the Crusher section either.
So they're going to be fighting all the mini bosses where necessary. Obviously, that one they don't have to, because that one they can just jump past. Those other ones, though, you just can't. Unless you use what FlibbityFlam was talking about. Don't worry about that, folks. I know the sound just switched as well for me. Eventually, it will correct itself out.
No, everybody just went deaf in their left ear if you're using headphones. I'm sorry.
Yes, exactly.
This is just how it works. Look at that. Your hearing's back.
There
Amazing.
You go. And you can thank the Dream Stream for that.
Yes. Exactly. We take PayPal and written checks here.
Yes. I know some places still don't take written checks. Ooh. All right.
Oh, the zip!
Ooh, the zip! Oh my gosh. Totally played me. Totally. I'm all like, oh, okay, backing off. That's smart. Wait, what? The zip? Oh my gosh. Like the big guy with the chains? Oh, that's for the other thing. Gotcha. Yo, Z! Dropping 5 gifted subs. Enjoy, folks.
Flexing. His legs know no bounds. They're boundless.
All right, let's see how this Dustman fight goes. All right, so far so good. As long as he doesn't actually do the sucking in motion, because then he's got tons of iframes when that's going on.
Lasts forever.
Like what's
Wow.
going on Iraq's
Oh.
screen. Now on Guy's screen.
I was like, Iraq almost had perfect luck.
Right? I was like, wow.
And now he's getting bad luck.
All right, so Guy Next Door takes the lead because the RNG on this boss finally comes more into play because the battles are longer. So there's so many more options for the patterns to go into. But as long as he finishes off this boss without a death, he'll still be right on in this race. Yep, just like that. Z's still at work. Thank you so much, dude. R Squared, thank you for your 17 months. Dang. Did we get a shout out for our chaos in that raid? I'm just noticing that right now. All right, on to Drill Man.
So.
Drill Man's RNG also is going to probably be quite hectic because of so many additional rounds. And I think Drill Man has the most iframes out of all of the Robot Masters in Mega Man 4 because
He just goes into the wall.
Yeah, he can just disappear into the ground, but like he's even invulnerable like what, 2/3 the way out of the ground still as soon as he's in the
Yeah.
So even when he's not in the ground, that motion starts and it's like, oh goodness. All right, though, they're traversing these planes. Again, making all the sliding look really easy. Some of these damages are actual intentional damage boosts because it's faster than waiting for the enemy. Just like that. You saw from Guy Next Door, he did a damage boost and then decided to slide across the spikes just to get past that area. Instead of trying to shoot all those enemies while they're shooting at it.
Okay, I just noticed this too. You have the names backwards.
Is it?
Yeah. I had to do a double take. It's okay. Reverse it in your heads, dreamers.
No, I can just type it. It's not.
Yeah, I was like, that one's easy.
I was just making sure. I was just like, wait, before I change it, let me double.
Yeah, look at the colors. That's how I figured it out. The colors, chat.
No, wait, that's right. This is correct. Yeah, this is right. Oh, no, you're right. I see why it's wrong.
Yeah.
I see how I did it wrong. I see how I messed it up. Oh, no. Okay, I don't want the timer to turn off.
Oh.
All right, I hit O, but was it good enough? That's the real question, folks.
Come on, Iraq vet. Be good to him, Drill Man. So far, Drill Man being nice.
Okay, good. I hit O and it didn't do anything. All right, so let's go ahead and correct those names. QR Square, thank you.
2 dives.
I'll let FlibbityFlam take over the commentary right now.
All right, Iraq vet's out. Guy next door not getting very good luck. He has dove a lot. And continues to dive.
Oh, no posty runs in that manner tonight, folks. Don't worry, you're gonna get one for free. Don't worry about that.
And one last dive, of course, to finish it off for Guy Next Door. I'm so sorry.
All right. Now it's corrected. Thank you. Good catch. I know why I did it wrong. It's because of the 6 screens that are on here. Iraq's name was in the screen right below. So
I see.
I was doubling them up, but then I was like, wait, now I'm looking at it when you said that. It shows you below Guy Next Door. I was like, uh-oh. I think I see why I did that. Boo-boo. I misappropriated. It's okay, though.
Yeah, I gotta show you how to take off, because you can, when you're watching multiple streams, you can hide the boxes.
Oh, that's what I want to do. And I was like clicking, I was like, I remember I could do this before.
Yeah, in a call, I think you have to put it full screen, and then it gives you the option.
Okay.
Because I just have their 2 up, and it's so neat and tidy.
Right? You're like, I love it. Hi,
I like it.
Thank you so much for that follow. You are now an official dreamer.
No balloons makes this stage very normal.
I was going to say, this is very normal, straightforward level now, because what you're going to see them do for time save is try to avoid certain damage boosts, utilize other ones intentionally, a couple of zips that they won't be able to do, I don't think, because the balloon was really providing ability to wedge them into the wall. So you're
and climbing the ladders too is so much faster with the balloons.
Yeah, because you don't get to do the crazy Mega Man 2 strat, folks, where you can go ahead and jump on a ladder and get a boost. You are just climbing. You just jump as high as you can the first time, and that's it.
You're climbing, bro.
All right, though, Skullman shouldn't be terrible of a fight per se. As far as dangerous, it's just a matter of how often does he decide to use his barrier to slow the fight down.
And how long that barrier is, too.
Oh, you're right. There is a variation in the length of the barrier. Ooh. Iraqvet. All right, nice. Yeah. Spicy coming in with the facts. Marathons without hiccups? What are those? You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. All right, though. Good fight so far for GND. Very clean. That was intentional. He wants to stay close. Granted, he would prefer if... There we go. If Skullman would just perish. Okay, this level's going to be really long. Comparatively. But much more straightforward for these runners, because they're not going to be trying to do the balloons and then jumping and climbing really fast up this ladder section. They're going to have to do...
No fancy balloons this time around, yeah.
Right? Like, they're dealing with all the obstacles, the disappearing platforms, the enemies in just the wrong spot that can alter their movement.
Oh, no.
And this level does this, though. It's so brutal if you're not actually doing the other... Oh no, you see? Slip and slide. This is your Mega Man slip and slide, folks. Brought to you by Iraqvet and Guy Next Door.
This looks like just cancer.
You're like, I don't want it. I don't want it at all. But it's super close, right? Because Guy is what, 3 screens away? Well, now 4.
Just a few. If he can do these next ones cleanly, he's caught up.
Ooh, that was clutch. That keeps him close.
A nice little lag to help you with that platform.
Right, that time was actually beneficial. All right, so a lot of shooting here just to get the enemy in position to get over it. There we go. That wasn't that bad, actually, for the hippo skip there.
No.
These two definitely are vets of the Mega Man 4 runs.
Second hippo skip goes well.
Maintain the lead for Vet. I always like the look of space in these video games. They made it look
nice,
so,
right?
like, nice. But when I really think of space, I am scared shitless.
Dude, right?
I mean, when you really think about it. But anyways, all right, these runners aren't going to think about that mini boss. They're moving forward. They're moving.
You've unleashed fears I had recently buried.
Yeah, you're like, wait, you're right.
Oh man, it is just bad.
It's weird out there. No one can hear you scream.
Right now, nobody needs. Like that's one of my biggest fears, right? Like if I'm in space, if that ever happens and I'm just out there floating,
That's it.
right? And I'm just floating and like nobody's coming for me. I'm like,
No.
all right, well let's just take this off. I'm done here.
Yep. Flibbity float is what they would call you.
Yeah, flibbity float.
Ooh, Vet made that way too close. Oh, but again, clutched it. That's twice.
With all the damage boosts in this level, like it's always gonna be close.
That's a good point. And they're necessary, though. Like, that's so
Yeah.
many mini bosses in this level. Ooh, here we go.
Guy next door with a beautiful fight.
That was so good.
It's all there.
All right, folks. They are close. They're like 2 screens apart. It looks faster in this section because you're able to, you know, go. But it's about 2 screens apart right now. All right, a waterfall that's not going to destroy our bitrate.
I know.
Just kidding. It's going to get there, folks. You just wait.
Yeah, just rain.
Just rain. There we go. One thing I do like about Mega Man 4 is their introduction screens for the Robot Masters.
The Robot
They're
Masters,
just
yeah.
so psychedelic.
They are.
And all these Mega Man games, besides Mega Man 1, they have such like a because Mega Man 1 to me is just very slow. It's fine, but it's slow of a game when you compare it to all the other ones, especially the further and further you get in the series where you have so many different ways to go faster.
Yeah. Well, it's like X1 compared to X2,
Yes.
right? Because I didn't realize how slow X1 really was
That's true.
until I ran X2.
That's
And I
a
was
good
like, wow, you can move. Because the weapons give you options for movement.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. There is just more movement tech involved in it, which
Yeah.
also, if you notice, these runners have having to do different movement tech as well per scene. Now, some of you might not know that because this is your first time watching it, but what they're doing right now is really remarkable because, again, it's as if like they're not allowed to use their menu. Is pretty close to how it goes. You'll see where they have to. It'll be coming up in a little bit, but we're not there yet.
Yeah, because some of the later stage they force. Oh, very unfortunate
Gosh.
death.
I thought he made it back. I thought with that extra jump at the end, I was like, he'll float just past that. All right, though. Looks like G&D, though, had to do the same thing and back it up. So G&D will take the slight lead here.
It's gonna be
It's really
got a mini boss
Yes.
again. That's the unfortunate part.
And it's very interesting because a lot of the bosses, when it comes to mini bosses for a lot of the Mega Man games, once you kill them the first time, they're dead.
They're done. Yeah.
But not that one in this specific game. Actually, I think it's a lot more akin to Mega Man 4 because there's a couple of mini bosses that if you die and you have to come back and fight again, you do have to fight again. All right, Guy Next Door cleaning up.
You're getting the Toad tummy wickle.
There we go. Now it's Vet's turn. We've got a back and forth, folks. We've got a back and forth. Now, granted, I might have been wrong from earlier because I was saying one person was one and they were the other. But you know, it's the same difference, right? Is Posty talking about Jason again? Oh, Posty. Nice kill, though, Bet. Toad stayed nice and close. Wasn't jumping, wasn't slashing.
Very clean.
Or, I mean, you know, making it rain, and the rain is just a super slow sequence to deal with.
Right.
I mean, because you're getting and then there's a bunch of just extra sprites on the screen, pretty much.
Oh man, they have to fight the whales too.
Yes,
Just-
the whales, they don't get to just bash right through. And usually,
I'm always impressed with Buster only runs, but it's something I'll never do myself.
like for me, it'd be like a one-off. Versus, like, do I want to get really, really good at it? I don't know if I would be in that same thing. So this is really cool for these runners to showcase themselves doing this, because I don't know if I, you know, they're doing this well. I would just survive.
Right? It turns into a casual playthrough with a timer at that point.
Thank you. Exactly. They're actually running this.
They're speedrunning this.
I would just try and beat it and be like, folks, that was good. We beat it in less than 6 hours. I'm happy about that, you know.
Exactly right. Cool. We're moving on.
Yeah.
Never again.
Never again. But they know what to do. They're hitting their marks. They might have a couple of small flubs or whatever, or the RNG, because it's, again, anytime you go to these low percent style runs, every pattern gets extended because you can't kill the enemies quick. Only as quick as your weakest weapon will allow. And there's a reason they make you pay for, like, oh, you don't want to switch to a different weapon, you don't want to try something else? Fine. Fight this person, it'll take you 50 shots now.
Fine, fight him.
It's like, what, 50 shots? Yeah, but if you use the right weapon, 3. Okay.
That's always great.
You know, like, okay.
Very unfortunate death.
What happened there was Mega Man had clipped his nails before the run, and that's what happened. Because that to me looked like it was good to go. Very unfortunate. But you know what, though? Guy Next Door is feeling pretty good. Took down another boss. Dive Man seemed not so bad on Buster only either. Now, maybe it's just because they're good at this, but made it look pretty easy, relatively speaking.
Well, you can charge shot his torpedoes. If you can shoot them down too, that helps.
Ah, they're not invulnerable. Got it. Okay. I was so focused on the unfortunateness. I was just like,
I know.
All right, Bright Man is where Guy Next Door is heading.
I was like gold as well.
Ooh,
for Guy
nice.
Next Door.
All right, let's see. Let's hope that gets a nice, quick fight. That's looking good so far. If he would just chill. There we go. Keep doing. Oh, what a punk. But look at this.
I know, he
just ready for it. Yeah, if he just keeps doing the tornadoes. Now, what's also interesting here, too, is that this level should feel like at home for these runners on the Buster only for Bright Man, right? But you're hoping that you don't get lackadaisical, because you're like, oh, I got this. You ever have that on levels that you're like, oh, this is a for sure. Then you lose time on it. You're like, why? Why? I should
all the time.
Just
I used to have
always be that.
I used to have a split I labeled in Luigi's Mansion because there was no RNG in that section.
Okay, cool.
I labeled it, why do I lose time here?
Right, yeah.
I would. There's no reason I should.
Correct.
What I do.
Right, hero? Healthy nail hygiene. I'm glad, though. It's a good choice for a non-athlete in this style of arena. All right, though, making it look pretty darn good here. Whew.
Make his way to the boss, to the Bright Man's.
All right, watch G&D work over Bright Man. Call him the right man for the job here. I know, hero, right? Like, oh, you don't need any of the other weapons. You just need a Buster. It's true.
This is it.
And that's what's really cool about these dream races, is being able to showcase other people's, like, legit skill sets or things you're like, I never thought about. I wanted to play this game. I never thought about doing that. I was wondering if that would happen.
I saw it happen. He touched Bright Man. You don't want to touch Bright Man. He does so much damage.
It's true, folks. A lot of the Robot Masters, not all of them, but a lot of the games, the Robot Masters, if you do body damage touching them, that's usually the most damage you'll take. Usually. And then every now and then, it's not, and you're like, actually, I will take the body damage instead of your actual shot. All right, though, this is actually a really good pattern for him.
Of course, the second try is not gonna get touched.
Not
Sounds
once.
right.
Folks, you know what that means, though? That means this run is super close. It's legit one boss fight difference. Which, once we get to the later section of the run, as you know, there's always refights. It could literally come down to like that flip-flopping of one boss.
Yeah, that's definitely what you don't want to see when he does that.
I was gonna say, he was giving him a good pattern, then he did two flashes in a row there. That was
two in a row.
All right, off to Dr. 𝐂𝐐𝐔𝐈𝐏𝐿𝐄𝐍𝐓. Wily's in jail. We don't have to worry about him in this game, folks.
Yeah, we put him away.
He's in jail forever. I like how when I did the little click sound, it also made everyone deaf in one ear. You know, it's okay. It'll come back. We're good.
Nice.
So now these levels are going to be quite treacherous without their items that they're able to normally use to kind of abuse the way you move through these sections. Because it's always harder once you get past the robot masters as far as the levels are concerned. With once in a while, they might give you one freebie level. Just to like...
Yeah, they really dial it up, don't they?
They do. They're like, okay, well, we're going to throw everything at you. And make it really...
Kid gloves are off, guys. Sorry.
We're going to take the hardest thing from Skullman, the hardest thing from Brightman. You know, it's like, no! I barely got through those! So here's a good example. There's no way to get up there without some type of platform assistance.
Yeah, you have to have that.
Yeah, you can't make that. And the reason they do that is because they want you to do, you know, energy conservation when you're going through the levels. Part of being a robot, right? You don't just get to eat food and feel fine.
You want to eat food? No soup for you.
Yeah, none.
You want soup? Oh my goodness, this ladder section.
Oh, I see. So Genie's going up and across. That makes sense. That's what you would have to do.
Oh, that's how you do that casually.
Yeah, right? Casually hardcore, right? Like, I wouldn't even have thought about that. Nice. Good work. Good work. I would have gone to the manual for that one. Where's the answer?
Right? Back when manuals were a thing when you bought a game.
Oh, man. It's so funny how that was like a thing. And, you know, now they're like treasured gems.
They don't exist.
Just like this race right now. This race is super close here. I'm thinking this pattern is pretty decent here for G&D because he even got a damage boost available so you could get a really close shot for those last two.
Yeah.
Still, this pace is pretty fiery.
I've never seen this moth do more than one pass, so...
It's a good point, yes. Normally they quick kill it, folks. What, take 2 shots with the other? What do they normally use here? I can't remember. It's
I think
so
the
fast.
ring?
I was only guessing
know.
ring, but... Anyways. Manuel AZ, baby. Alright, so this level, they also normally abuse it with a lot of either balloon or rush movement.
Yeah, this is a stage where balloon really starts to shine because you can go up this vertical section so fast.
And now...
Yeah, and here they've got to use jet. You can't get past this.
Correct, because they even... and they can't shoot while on there. They have to dodge the enemies.
It's now Star Fox.
Yes, it is now Star Fox 64 weaponless. All right, now this section... They abuse this section normally. Okay, yeah. Well, they just abuse it again. You know...
They just abuse it again. Oh, okay.
They made that look way too easy. Great job there by G&D. I know Vet's going to give us something that keeps it nice and close as well once he gets there. Okay, nice. I thought that'd be a little bit more of a time loss there for Rush despawning, but... It worked out because he was filling up on the energy.
Well, that's not so bad.
Right? That was actually a decent pattern there, too. Doo-doo. All right. He is off to the first boss of Dr. 𝐂𝐐𝐔𝐈𝐏𝐿𝐄𝐍𝐓. ×2. Excuse me. The second boss of Dr. 𝐂𝐶𝐈𝐏𝐿𝐄𝐍𝐓.
Time 2. Take 1, multiply it by 2.
Oh, it's this one. That's why I decided to just blank out. That makes sense. While G
Yeah.
starts doing random zips.
This is Room the boss.
Yeah, Room the boss.
Oh no.
Gosh,
Very unfortunate.
This boss is just such a, and you could, I think you can get pinched in just the right spot and die, if I'm not mistaken. I think that is possible. Which is always, you know, made this such a treacherous thought to me. Like, no! I don't want to die by getting, you know, squeezed. And it starts coming at different speeds. And there's like a bunch of fake outs too.
Yeah, it's like the creative team took the break on this day in development and were like, hey, let's just make a room.
Yep, let's make a room boss. Actually, and if you notice that, they do that for quite a while now. They've done quite a few room bosses. Let's take it easy.
Oh, that's true.
All right, here we go. They're both here at this boss. That's how long this boss takes, folks. G&D is finally done with that boss. Oh, Buster only means they can't use energy tanks either, huh? Wow. Just thought about that. Because in my head, I was like, oh, man, what are they going to do?
What are they going to do?
I was going to fill up my health.
No.
Right?
No, we can use E-tanks.
Oh, you can.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Never mind. There you go. There's the answer, folks. Our
Yeah, but we're telling you no, you can't use them.
yeah,
New
not
rule set.
anymore. Not anymore. Welcome to Dream Races, punk. It's your worst nightmare. This is our favorite auto-scroller level. You know, because a Mega Man game always needs an auto-scroller level.
When will games developers start learning that auto scrollers are just straight dookie?
Yeah.
Please stop.
Like, it really depends. Like, you need to... Once in a while, it's aight. You know, it really just depends. But certain games, to me, like a Mega Man, it just doesn't fit. Exactly, Carter. Sometimes they're okay. But to me, a Mega Man game just doesn't really fit a auto-scroller. Even Mario's better. Mario's, it actually, even though they're both platformers, Mario makes sense for an auto-scroller much more than a Mega Man title. You know, based on
Take another retry at the boss here for Iraqvet.
Here we go. Okay, so Vet's back to the boss. Much more health, too, so that'll probably make it a little bit better, even if he gets bad RNG on the spawn pattern. Because ideally, he wants to get 2 to 3 shots in per round. I think 3 is, you know, really pushing it, but 2 definitely want to be getting 2 full charges in.
Yeah, I think you can get 3 in.
Okay. Exactly, Z. Flip has lots of rules, you know? Some are good.
So many rules.
Some are good.
Some are good. Most are terrible.
They take an acquired taste. You know?
Yes.
It's so crazy how many zips that you can just do in this boss fight. You just, like,
It just gives it to you, right?
Go here, push left, go here. All right, G&D is on to this boss, which is interesting because normally they use Pharaoh for this boss fight right here, and they do this quick pattern kill. So, what he has to watch out for, just like when Vet gets there, is there's the insta-death pit at the bottom, and you can't get back up from that.
Yeah, those aren't Boshi. Well, they are Boshi spikes.
Yeah,
because
basically,
they are
yeah.
insta-kill.
All right, looks like G&D's got a good spot figured out so far. All right, Vet's done with that room boss. That's right, get some Spirit Bomb action. All right, good job, G&D. Moving on to the next level of Dr. Cossack's castle.
I told you I was pretty terrible at this one.
Hey, you are definitely giving it your all. You are giving it your all. It's been close all the way up until just that boss death, really. It was super close.
Auto scroll in hell. Let's go.
Let's go to there. Alright, G&D is dropping down as fast as possible. Gonna try to avoid most of the nooks here. Even damage boosting through a few sections. Faster! Faster!
Feaster.
Auto
What about my face?
Go faster!
Go feaster.
Alright, good movement again by G&D here. Did a little fake out on the copter bot. That was intentional. Don't worry, the scrub and bubbles, they do knock you to your death. They do not clean your house like you see in the commercials.
They do not, no.
All right, watch.
It's like if the scrubbing bubbles were Kimbo Slice.
Yeah, they'll take you down with them.
Just slap you down.
Right?
No, 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 no.
Not today. All right, good movement again. Because some of those times you want to get into those slides right away, folks, because you're throwing away precious moments of where you can just go into another slide, into another slide, into another slide. And runners of like Mega Man 3, 4, 5, 6 that have to do slide and go fast, they're really good at it. And it's actually very cumbersome on the hand and wrist. So the fact that they built up this dexterity and stamina for it is really impressive as well. All right, so this fight is a little different. They can't manipulate it as much, but it seems to be pretty controlled so far for G&D. Yeah, it's still pretty darn good. I see what he's doing for the bait instead. That's pretty good. Because there's one part on that the boss fight area that it kind of tricks the AI. The AI can actually go there. Like, it knows you can get there because it sees you, but it can't actually get its full image over there. But as you can
too
tell,
big.
it looks like the eyebrows have returned.
The eyebrow.
Mr. Eyebrows is back.
Was Dr. Wily the whole time?
The entire time. So Dr. 𝐂𝐐𝐔 had to be forced into servitude to protect his daughter. Yeah. So Mega Man helped save Dr. 𝐂𝐿𝐐𝐔 and Dr. 𝐂𝐿𝐶's daughter. Pretty heartwarming stuff here that you're seeing on the Dream Stream. Thanks to Vet and GuyNextDoor.
Reuniting families. That's what it's all about here.
One Dream Stream at a time.
One dream stream at a time.
So you notice they can jump off screen and grab the ladder. They're just not going to get an additional ladder climbing boost. It'll just start them at the bottom of that ladder climbing scene, and that's where they'll climb from. Certain ones you'll get like a little bit more, but it's negligible compared to how much you can abuse it in a game like Mega Man 2. I always dislike controlling myself in the water and having spikes on either the floor or the ceiling. It's like, how do I get through this?
It's the worst.
Well, making that block section look easy right there for G&D.
I was gonna say I hate Roku blocks more though. Oh no!
Well, he hates him now too.
Yeah.
Before
Slapped down by Kimbo Slice Roku block.
Ugh. They didn't even provide you with, streaming services or anything. It's just death. That's what they offer you on that package. All right, so that gave Vet a chance to catch up a little bit here. But I want to say they're about, at this point, probably about 10 scenes apart. Because he's still got to get through this Dr. 𝐂𝐿𝐶 fight. You love Mega Man even more now? Mega Man's a blue little hero.
There we go.
Alright. That's looking pretty good. Got the good control of him. Whew. Try to grapple our friend. There we go. Get him out of here. Alright, now it's time for GuyNextDoor to take down the hardest boss ever created. I still believe
The Metar.
So, Wiley,
Man.
why did you not make more of those?
Yeah, why didn't you just make those and then never let them get out of their helmet?
Yeah, just stay.
Just stay.
Go in sleep mode.
Ooh.
Daddy Met. Yeah, MetLife pays.
Not just life insurance.
Yeah,
Tell
not
your
just life.
friends.
We will crush you into the ground as well. All right. Moving on here for GND. Getting through that Wily level. That's right. He is on a Wily castle now, folks. Mega Man 4, bringing out all the stops. The twists and the turns before M. Night Shyamalan even had a chance. All right.
Good old M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Shlamalama ding dong! We love your music. I make movies. I know.
Why make movies? I don't know.
Again, moving through these hairless sections here is GND. Again, knowing where he should put himself when it comes to dropping down some of these areas. Okay, so here you have to use jet. You can't actually make that jump. Even if that thing wasn't...
I think they're just not trying hard.
Yeah,
enough.
right, they're not
You
trying
can
hard
Totally make that.
Well, what the twist? Exactly, Dracorius. So some of these other sections they would have gone to and use it differently, but again, remember, they can only use Rush when they absolutely have to. And when using Rush, they cannot use their Buster. Whoa, that made that look easy. Nice. There we go. This is okay. All right. Playing a little catch-up here. Playing a little catch-up. Ooh.
Doing well on it.
Thinking about that potential comeback. Here we go. All right, good movement here by GND. Good full charges. Pop them off at the right time. Preparing for the next full charge. Ooh, nice spam on that little mini-boss. Oh, there isn't pause buffering in this game. Ah, that's right. Okay. I like pause buffering. It's helpful.
Oh yeah, if you pause on a spike, it gives you out of iframes.
That's right.
And you die.
It's instant out of iframes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Even if you had iframes, you lose all your iframes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good to see you. This boss is way different too. What they normally do is they glitch themselves inside of the boss and just spam the heck out of it and destroy it. Not this time. All right, Vet's done with MetLife. All right, GND, those holding on here. Not getting knocked off the platform often. There we go.
How small is the hitbox?
The hitbox
It's
is
so little.
It's like it wants you to always like shoot a pea shot at it. It's like, no, you don't get to do your full charge. Oh, folks, this is patience.
Oh no!
Okay, I didn't do the counting right on the amount of ticks. I thought he would have been at 1 health still at that point. That was going to be my guess.
On the same stage now, though.
They are on the same stage. That is almost to the checkpoint. Yeah, that's the smallest box. I agree. I totally agree.
It's like 3 pixels.
Yeah, that thing.
That's it.
There's a reason why the any percent runners, I'm sure, like, yeah, no. This is the only way to fight this boss.
Yeah, this is the only way. Go behind him.
Yeah. Go behind him. And what's funny, folks, is you can't just go behind him. You have to kind of get shot and damage boost quickly. For some of the... Nice.
G&D, my man, slid into the spikes and didn't cancel, so he did a full slide.
Woo!
But he got hit by the enemy, so he had iframes.
Folks, for those of you curious, the person you hear me talking with consistently right now is FlibbityFlam. He is also co-commentating.
Oh!
And he'll be doing a few more runs also later tonight. So that was just showing off what happens if you get hit at the top of a ladder. You just fall. It's not, you know, it's like any other Mega Man. Thank you, Posty. All right, this gosh darn boss.
Doing the smart thing and
Yeah,
taking
it's
the E-tank early.
It's like, is it time for this? It's like, yeah, probably. You're not going to have to fight this boss again, because they're both at the boss now.
Oh.
Ooh, changing up the strat. There we go. G&D does take down the boss. All right, about a half a boss fight difference between these two. This is nice and close. I think it's going to add up to about maybe like 20 seconds at most. Let's see here. Yep. No, about 19-second difference, I want to say, between these two. No, I'm not playing at all. No. I'm commentating.
We're playing with our minds.
Our minds are engaged at a high rate.
Yeah, he did, Carter. Huge amount of time.
And on a long Mega Man game like this, especially something like that's a low percent style of run, Buster only, if you just don't give up and you're not going against the world record runner, you probably have a chance. Just keep on pushing out, keep on trying to do what you know are the right strats. All right. Everyone loves this part of Mega Man. Everyone.
Don't lie to him. Don't.
I like it. Now, from a speedrun standpoint, it stinks because now the RNG is really going to come into play, usually. Because you have so many bosses, which means you're probably... One of these 8 bosses is probably not going to give you good RNG. It's just...
Oh, yeah. Well, now it's cranked up to 11 because of Buster only.
Correct. And now remember, those fights are going longer, folks. Which means longer fights, more likely for more patterns to showcase. Now, Drill Man here is a terrible robot master to deal with, but G&D is doing a good job of holding pace. I got worried there for a moment. That's doing a good job too. So they're going to try to get full charges, but they're not going to risk not at least getting some damage in because they want to avoid them going in the ground like they both just dealt with right there. All right, done with Drill Man for Vet. For Door. On to Bright Man. All right, make that Bright Man times 2. Here we go. Vet's in there. Good pattern so far. Probably not perfect, but...
Just don't freeze them.
Right? That's what I'm thinking. All right, G&D escaped. No freezes. There we go. Both no freezes. That's good. Nice and close. Skullman for G&D. Also Skullman for Vet. My assumption here is probably just fastest just to go the counterclockwise at this point in time. Now that I think about it. Because you're not switching between any of your items.
Oh, I guess that's true, yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, no, wait. See, folks, the difference when you don't have all the weaknesses that you can use of the other enemy. That was a good pattern for Vet. Crushing it. Taking
Vet
back.
takes the lead.
Gosh, she just keeps on getting the super long patterns. All right. Guy next door is done with Skullman. Moving on to Dive Man as well. Again, though, folks, it can flip-flop. It can flip-flop again. This boss, is he going to keep on doing torpedoes, or is he going to come at you? If he comes at you, that's good. It's a lot faster to deal with the torpedoes. All right. Same thing here. You're just going to want to deal with the fact you don't want Toadman to do his rain. Nice. That was about to be a wiggle wiggle. Stopping him from them wiggles. You don't want that rain coming on the screen. It's so many sprites, folks. Super slow. Alright, Dustman, though, can be a pain in the butt. Because, again, if he does the vacuum motion, he is invulnerable the entire time. Alright,
I hate bosses that do that, man.
Yeah. There's some vulnerables. Something you can just like, okay. All right, though. Vet's making it look easy still. And now Dustman's got some perfect pattern manipulation on Vet. Okay, there we go. Vet's done with him. On to Ringman. Trying to maintain that lead. That hard-fought lead. There we go. G&D's done with Dustman. Moving on to Ringman as well now. It's super-duper close. Buster only, Brian. I know, it's tempting to use the weakness, isn't it? It's like, I'm going to show you something. All right, moving on for Vet. He's like, I'll take that health. No problem. Yeah, folks, like, this is, like, to the wire.
It's bang, bang, as they say.
All right, nice kill by G&D. Moving on. All right, and they're both in Pharaoh as of now. Unbelievably awesome action. All right. Woo! And Vet finishing off Pharaoh. But this fight's already halfway over. G&D's got the right spot now. This is great. All right, G&D's done with that. Trying to get to the Wily Machine. Here we go. Now, this is Wily Machine also. Buster only. They're not to the part of the Wily capsule fight where they have to use Pharaoh.
Man, it's crazy how fast this goes when you have the drill to just explode.
Boom.
Boom, yeah, boom. Game over.
So this fight's going to be interesting because now it's going to come at way faster variants. So if you notice, they try to slide under to force it to shoot just above them so it can't shoot down at them. Ooh. I was worried about that. I was like, I don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to go for it? Or is he going to get the health? Oh, no. That's a game over, too. That is brutal.
Oh, that's rough.
But I think G&D's also in the same scenario. Oh, no, he's not. G&D's got a few more health. Or lives, excuse me.
Dude, I don't want to do the fucking refight so freaking.
That's fair. I wouldn't either.
That's tough.
Good comeback, though, man.
Out of all the levels, folks, you don't want to refight this one at the very, very end. You know? Yo, Princess Zod coming in with a raid.
That's a soul crusher, as they say.
Yeah, it's one of those things because this is your longest level, folks. This is your longest level at this point, and that's the one that you wouldn't want to have to redo, right? Yo, Stalwart, how are you doing? It's going great. The Dream Races have been fabulous. This thing had came down, besides the fact that that was a game over, that's what really made that suck. For it's because it was a game over more than just a death. If it was a death, it still would have been mathematically possible. Like, G would have to intentionally just throw at this point. Look at that.
Yeah, it's not going to happen with full Pharaoh, too.
Woo!
Gee.
51-44 for GND. Oh, 43, excuse me. I blinked.
GG.
Wow, that was something.
That was terrible. That was terrible.
GGD Vet, I'm sorry to hear
Fuck
that you're
that.
game over, dude.
that was freaking terrible.
Tried, man. You gave it some good effort though. It was super close there.
I was on PV pace at one point. I'm like, and then it just threw it out. I'm like, oh wow, okay.
That was the worst. That was not my intention to play like that.
Right.
That was terrible.
But then
Yeah,
again,
Mark's
you got
telling
you know, we don't play this category a lot. I've ran it maybe, I don't know, 30 times.
Okay.
This
or
will,
less.
yeah. This will make my 30th attempt. Yeah.
Wow, 30th attempt total, folks. And when you are so used to a habitual pattern of what you're doing, because what you probably have 300 plus runs in the normal 90% category or more.
10,000.
There you go, 10,000. Sorry. I was way off. So 10,000. What about GND? Then probably up there too, close-ish. So
I mean, it's up there. Not quite that many, but you got to think too that we both missed balloon.
Yes.
We even talked about it before the stream. We're like, all right, well, should we just wait there and just let that guy just fly over us and then we'll jump? We tried to make an agreement,
right?
And then we're both like, we're gonna feel it, and then it's like, then I heard that we both failed it, and I was like,
yeah. It was almost identical. Like when you go back and watch it, it literally I think you guys jumped at the same exact spot too, and the same pattern hit, boop, boop, and you both just went. I was like, are they supposed to go down? I thought they said they still won't want the balloon for one spot. Huh.
Yeah, dude, and my splits, it looks like a dang Christmas tree. There's red, there's gold, there's green. I mean,
at one point in time, I was a minute and a half in the green. Like I was on my way to PB, and then just snowballed all the way to game over and refights. That's terrible.
If you want to catch more of these two, they also do races on Monday nights for Mega Man 4. Not necessarily Buster only, but they do Mega Man 4 races. And it ranges anywhere from 2, 3, or 4 of them.
Right.
They do it on Monday night. So make sure to check out those links that are posted right there. This will also be posted on the Rapid Runs General Andrew channel. There's 2 different channels, so don't get confused. Normal General Andrews is for our other content. And then for our speedrun content is specifically on the Rapid Runs. In there too, also be some shout-outs for their Twitters, because they are also active on Twitter. So please check them out. Say hello. Say, I remember you from the Dream Races. You did awesome. I remember you from the Dream Races. I feel bad that you died on that boss and gamed over. You know what I mean? Whatever. Let them know that you saw them from that.
I remember you. You did terrible. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
I appreciate that. It's good to see you too. All right.
Oh, by the way.
Oh, yes.
By the way, we've done the last 3 Dream Races, right? The last 3.
Yeah, 3 in a row now, folks. We've been lucky enough to have
3 in a row.
And each one of us have won each one.
I was going to say that I was worried. I was like, oh, G&D had a chance here to win it. And then when that happened, I was all like, oh, never mind. This is now decided because G&D has got a title.
And every race has been close. Every one of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the only reason that one didn't end super close, folks, the death that resulted in a game over versus it just being a normal death. Otherwise, it would have been just like any other race, less than a minute, less than 30 seconds, more than likely, that they would have been separated by.
Yeah. I mean, so I was gonna E-tank there, but I thought that I was gonna clear that last
one. Yeah. I thought you were gonna be fine, so I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. He's saving his E-tank for when he needs it. No.
And then Taco, he got me. I should have E-tanked that last red ball. I don't think that hit me, but
And that's a 1 pixel hitbox, by the way, guys.
It is.
So it's 1. So folks, we were guessing
it's
3.
1.
We guessed 3 because it was so tiny. It's 1. Yeah. All right, we were wrong. It was only 1 pixel for that. That is so rough. It looks like the Dreamers are super stoked, and they're thanking everyone for a great race here. So I'm going to do that because we've got a runner waiting for their showcase coming on up here. Folks, Iraqvet, GuyNextDoor, do not miss them doing Mega Man content and more. Maybe some Mega Man Perler content if you want to check out GuyNextDoor as well.
Thank you, sir. We want to thank General Andrews. Thank you so much, Flibbity, for being here. Vet, GG again. We hope Mr. Chris feels better. We're sorry again that he can't be here.
Can we still get a shout out for Mr. Chris 38? He will eventually be back to streaming when he's finally healthy again. The Mega Boys always put on a show during the Dream Races, and this was no exception. Found this exciting? Our next live event for the Dream Races will be Momentum Bound May. On Tuesday, May 11th, at 8:30 p.m. PST, 11:30 p.m. EST. You want to watch live? You can stream with us right away at twitch.tv/General Andrews. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.